Well, I couldn't hear her at first, so I had to make sure. I was like, oh no. Hey, Crystal, how's it going?
It's going.
Good to see you on here. Thanks for hopping on. So We're going to get started here. Just a couple of reminders. We do this every month on the first Tuesday of the month. So join us at 1 p.m. first Tuesday of the month so that we can get more information out to the veterans in Lorain County about what our office has to offer. Also, we're going to be doing LinkedIn training. So keep a look at our Facebook and all of our social media and our website. To do that LinkedIn training, it's geared towards if you want a job, if you want a new job, if you just want to look more at your profile on LinkedIn to have it a little more based towards you and get it complete so that employers can see you. We're also going to be prepping for our Hire a Vet Day. So if you're interested in being a business that's hiring on this day, please send an email to outreach@lcvsc.com and they will get you on the list. If you're interested in being an event sponsor for any of our programs this year, please reach out to Larry or to outreach@lcvsc.com. And then a couple important dates to put out here. Limited hours and appointments on a few of our days, so make sure you're calling ahead of time before you come in to make sure that we have people in the office who are going to be here. Those closures are always posted on our social media as well as our website, and our Google gets updated as well. So all of those things you can check to make sure that we're in the office before you head on out, especially with the weather the way that it's been lately. We will be closed for President's Day as well. Continue to follow us on all of our social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and then leave reviews. It helps other veterans be able to understand what other veterans are going through when they're coming into our office, and be able to, reach more people that way. So first things first, let's get started. We're going to talk about a couple things with Crystal today. Some OTHs. We're going to go over our website and how things have changed on our website as well to make it easier for people to access us through that. So we'll start with, if a client comes in with an OTH, what services does the service department offer to somebody in that situation?
Well, if somebody comes in, we've actually had two come through. So when somebody comes in with an OTH, it's not a shut the door, we can't help you. We need to look into the reason for the OTH. And then once we look into the reason, we can file a claim for benefits. What'll come back is a character of discharge letter. So really, it gives you an opportunity to explain the reason for your discharge. Typically, it has to do, the exceptions will be for military sexual trauma, PTSD, combat related, things like that. If your character of discharge is approved for VA purposes, take, for instance, the people that we had come through our office, they were able to receive VA benefits. So they're able to receive VA healthcare, which you can still see VA healthcare even without the benefits letter, for mental health only. Okay. So you can receive compensation benefits, medical benefits, all of those for anything that comes about for your compensation, if there's dependence benefits and things like that. So like I said, it's not an end all be all. If you have an OTH, definitely come in and have us review it. We also recommend, if you're looking at a discharge upgrade, the pro bono program, they work with the VA. We can send you over there and get you in contact with somebody, and they'll review your case and all of that. So if you have an OTH, just at least try and come in and see a service officer. The people that came in, they had a lot of doors shut on them. And now they're able to pretty much turn their life around because of the benefits they were able to receive. So with those benefits, you can receive the compensation, the money. So it's not just for healthcare, which a lot of people think it's only your compensation is only for medical benefits and only for those conditions. So that's not always the case. Let us take a look at it. Let's see how we can help you. Reach out to us and, don't give up. Don't give up.
I think one of the questions I have in regard to that is, and I know it's a question we get a lot, and it's for any process that we have here in the office, is how long does it take?
It's dependent on how quickly, obviously, the VA can review your records and the amount of information that you're able to provide them. I would say your statement really needs to be detailed. And then also your record needs to reflect the things that happen. So there really needs to be some sort of evidence in there to support your statement. So, but the two that have come through here, they were able to get the benefits that they needed. So, which is good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. Anything else you have about OTHs that you think that we should touch on before we move on to our next topic?
No? I mean, they're all case by case basis. So, like I said, if your doors are being shut on you, definitely reach out.
Yeah, and just keep asking, right? And a lot of times we get you ask the question, somebody says, I don't know. And if they don't know, well, you got to find somebody that does. So you just keep asking the right questions to the right people, right?
Right.
So, okay. Other than that, a lot of things have changed in the service department. I know, late last year, we were going through different schedules to try to see what was working to get clients served better, to make sure that, service officers were seeing as many people as they possibly could and still maintaining, a good handle on the clients that they had coming through. So what are the changes, as of the new year that your department has had in regards to the scheduling and things like that?
Yeah. So we stopped the walk-in days. It's so that we can actually better help the clients. So we have more time to either, respond to emails and things like that. We now have text messaging capabilities. So if somebody's not getting an answer, from a voicemail or things like that, definitely text message us. It pops up right on our computer since our phone system is through our computer. And we're able to see exactly what you need help with. Just please put your name on the text message if that we don't always, the caller ID doesn't always come up. So, but it's easier for us to see what it is you need help with, and it's easier for us to respond, and you'll get an answer a lot more quickly. So it's a benefit to the client, and I really pushed for that because a lot of people use text message now. Some people don't always have, they're not as savvy with email and adding attachments and things like that. So email and text message is actually the quickest way to get a hold of us. It's also the quickest way to be able to get you an answer. However, if you don't use either one of those, go ahead and give us a call. I will say, if for any reason you're not getting a call back, please call the front desk. Carla is really great about getting people scheduled in. And then also, she's great about answering the phone and getting back to you pretty quickly. And her number up at the front desk is 440-284-4625. And you can also text message her as well. She's doing a great job up there. So definitely reach out if you're not getting a response. So that's one of them. And then also, we've had it for a while, but I don't think a lot of people know about it, but it's our bookings app. So you can actually book an appointment online, and we're happy to either send out a link or we can attach a link with this live on social media, we can attach it. So if you go to services under the VA benefits, and then you need to scroll down. I believe it's on the front page as well. So you'll go to book an appointment. Once that pops up, it'll be for a consultation. We book for an hour. Okay. Yep. There's some notes about documents that you can bring in if you're a new client, things like that. You can click on the staff that you would like to meet with. And then, so Steve, please take note. Steve is not always in the office. He's usually here on Mondays. And then he's here throughout the week, but you won't be able to schedule with him. But anybody else you can schedule with. And then you can see when that person's available. So you can see that we're,
everyone's booked out through the middle of March.
We are booked out. If it's an emergency, another change is that we have Sam here who takes the walk-ins that need to be seen immediately. Okay. Otherwise, people will be booked out. Carla is really great about letting us know, letting the service officers know if somebody needs to get in quickly. And they need to work with their service officer. So, if you need something sooner and it's emergent, say you have a 30-day notice, you can either come in and see Sam or have Carla reach out to one of us to let us know. And we can see if we can squeeze you in somewhere to make sure that we hit those deadlines. So, and then also, like you said, the days, the admin days towards the end of the month, that's there to help us catch up and make sure, the intents and the claims, to double check all of that's getting out on time, just because we don't want to miss, that month deadline for either the intent or getting out that claim, so we can save, that month data claim for you, and you're not losing a month of pay. So,
yeah. And Sam's helping out, just doing those intent to files, right? He's just doing kind of the bare bones if somebody needs to get in before the end of the month, and then getting you scheduled with the service officer moving forward to develop the claim some more.
Correct. So he can actually schedule if you meet with him. He can actually schedule, get the intent in, and then if there's more documentation and things like that need to come in, then he can set you up with a service officer so we can thoroughly go through that. So having Sam available on a daily basis for things like that has made it a lot easier to get people seen and things like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think Sam's been doing a great job getting people in and making sure that all of that paperwork is done ahead of time so that they are saving the data claim and people aren't waiting. We don't want anybody to wait all the way to the middle of March just to come in and file an intent. They can come in and see Sam and then, continue on with the claim, a little bit later on in the middle of March potentially and do what they need to do, which is awesome. A couple things just on the form itself that I wanted to put out is, anybody who is doing a booking online for themselves, make sure you're putting an accurate email address and an accurate address in there, as well as your phone number. If for whatever reason you can't make your appointment, this will send you a booking link to reiterate your appointment, right? To confirm your appointment. Within that email, you'll have the option either to reschedule or to cancel your booking. And we really encourage that you utilize that, because we get no call, no shows. And what that does is it prevents us from actually being able to see, other clients who are waiting until the middle of March to be seen. And it gives us a little bit of an opportunity to get ahead of the game there, and allow somebody else to be able to book in that spot. And it'll show up on the calendar. So if you can, if something comes up, go ahead and reschedule it through that email link. It's super easy to do, but you have to have all the accurate information in here in order to do that. Otherwise, it won't send it to the right email address. And then also call, email, text, let us know, hey, I'm not going to be able to make my appointment. for whatever reason, we are more than happy to reschedule you and get that spot opened up back up so that we can help other people and get you back on the schedule. And we might be able to get you in somewhere else that's not showing up because there might be something else going on. So those are
Yeah,
just
and they
some
can
big-
always text or email us to let us know, hey, I'm having trouble finding the bookings link. And we can send it, like I said, through text or email or anything like that for them.
That is awesome. I love that booking link. It makes it so easy to be able to be like, I'm thinking about it. A lot of times people don't have their calendars available to them when they're here. And it's just so much easier when they can kind of sit down and go over their schedule, say, hey, what works for me when I'm at home and I'm sitting through all my things and figure out, what's going to be best to book with. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and they can also book when you do the bookings. If you have trouble coming into the office, you can put in the notes that you would like a virtual because we have the ability to do a virtual appointment. And also if you want a phone appointment, we could do a phone appointment as well. So we understand that not everybody has the ability to come into the office. We know that there's a lot of caregivers that need to stay home, either with the surviving spouse or the veteran, and it's not easy for them to leave them alone or anything like that. So, so having those abilities, please use them. Please use them. We're happy to use them for you. So, there's other ways to have those appointments. So if you're in need of that, please put it in the comments so we know to either set up the Teams call for a virtual or note that we need to give you a call and we're not waiting and thinking you didn't show up. So
yeah, I feel like that probably happens more often than not, unfortunately, when people don't show up. It's just that lack of communication of, hey, I thought it was a virtual. And I think I've seen that happen before where they're like, oh, I thought it was a virtual appointment. And then, we were just confused because there wasn't really anything in the notes. So definitely doing that due diligence to put it in the notes and, reiterate it to the service officer that that's what you would like, makes it a lot easier to be able to do that. Awesome. Are there any documents specifically that you think that anybody who's coming in to see a service officer, whether it be for their scheduled appointment or just to see Sam, that they should be having if they haven't been to our office in the last 2 years?
Yeah, I would say because we have the new system that was put in place a couple years ago, we don't always have everybody's information because there wasn't a migration. So a lot of stuff, if you're an established client and you've done claims and things like that, that information as far as DD-214s and all of that, we'll have access to. But if they're a new client, I would say a DD-214, any pertinent medical information, any diagnosis, anything like that. And then also for surviving spouse, a marriage certificate and the death certificate. I would also say, even if you're coming in for a compensation appointment, if clients can bring in a most recent bank statement or their last tax return, because we can always take a look at that. And if they qualify for financial assistance, then we can actually make the referral right then and there so that they can get help from your department as well, or be screened for your department about actually the new programs that you've had established as well too, because a lot of people don't know about those changes.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I love that you guys are doing that. It's so helpful because then the client is not having to come back, 5-6 times to provide documentation or get all their applications. We want to provide a one-stop shop for people when they come in to be able to get all of the benefits that they're entitled to and for them to be, aware of it. There is a lot. And I think we're all aware that there's so much that our office is doing. All of us are wearing so many hats, but we love what we do and we love to help veterans and we want to give them the best experience. And so being able to look at the big picture when they come in and say, hey, we have these other programs that are available. Do you have a will? Do you have a need? Do you have medical bills? All of those things. And then you guys being able to see that, that's just wonderful. And I truly appreciate that. But yeah, I think there's so much going on in our office that we're so excited about. We still have the golf outing this summer. We have the car show, we have the ball, and then we're going to have Revs Race, which you're so excited about you planning for all year because it's huge.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But yeah, so everybody, hopefully stick around with us and keep following us and tuning in, and we will see you guys next month. We appreciate it. Bye, Crystal.
Bye.